All right, Whitlock, would Kaepernick's return to the NFL solve the anthem issue?
No, I think it would actually accentuate and make it worse. Look, Michael Bennett and a lot of these players clearly aren't businessmen and are thinking like businessmen. Look, the numbers are in. The ratings are down for this league. The players get 48% of the revenue generated. They're making a bad business decision. To see Michael Bennett standing up there with this equality T-shirt when he lied about the Las Vegas situation and the police came out and basically proved that he lied. He comes off as fraudulent to me. And the whole equality, it's a gesture, it's a slogan. I don't see any substance to what he's talking about. I don't think it'll solve anything if they give in to Colin Kaepernick. This, to me, proves that this movement has never been about what they keep saying about, oh, it's about poor people. We're being the voice for the voiceless and speaking about police brutality. This is about Colin Kaepernick and his job status. He lost his starting quarterback job, and he pouted and sat for the national anthem. It's always been about this. There's no substance to what they're talking about. Again, these guys, Colin Kaepernick's made $43 million from the NFL. And now we're throwing a tantrum about some black elite that made $43 million and pretending like we're really speaking for poor blacks and the voiceless. It's a joke. It's fraudulent.
Well, the question here is, would Kaepernick return to the NFL solve the anthem issue? I don't think protests are ever solved. I think the component of social media, almost everything now in the country simmers. Nothing is solved. We used to have big PR staffs and things would go away, and it doesn't work that way. Young people have a voice. They now have an instrument. Used to be young kids didn't have the voice. Social media is an instrument for the people that don't have the CEO job, that don't have the corner office, that don't have the status, that don't have the wealth. So I don't think I think this NFL situation, I think this is the new NFL. And they're going to have social situations from time to time. And you just, like every company, you deal with it as it comes.
Jason, I agree with everything that you just said. I think it was very, very well put. And I think you're right that it would actually make things worse. Because what if he does sign with the team and now does he kneel? Does he not kneel? And then it becomes more about that than the actual message. And it was interesting. Malcolm Jenkins said that Colin Kaepernick was invited to go to the player and owner meetings on Tuesday and didn't show up. So does he care? Does he want to be at the football meetings?
No, he wants a job. He's got a lawsuit alleging collusion.
But it is interesting. That's an interesting point because, remember, he was political but didn't vote. So could I make an argument, Greg? There are mixed signals from Kaepernick. I care politically, but I didn't vote for president. I care about this issue. I'm invited. I don't show up to the meeting. What is the message?
So for me, number one, there is no anthem. This is not about the anthem. There's no anthem issue. It's a situation that the league has to deal with. The issue has nothing to do with players and the national anthem and the flag. It's racial injustice. This is what it started for. And you say that it was because he got benched and he was pouting about losing his job. No, I totally disagree with that. I believe that this young man has done his homework and this is important to him, because it has touched him in some indirect or direct way in his life. And it touches all of us. It's not a white, black, color issue. It's a society problem that we've refused to address, that we've tried to water down to a anthem issue in our league. It has nothing to do with the national anthem. And every player that you talk to says that I'm not trying to disrespect the national anthem.
Then don't do it.
No, it's... But my point is, if given any, how else will we listen to them? How else, what other impact can they make?
Wow,
or what other stance that would make the impact that this has made?
If it was important to him, why wouldn't he go to this kind of meeting?
Or vote.
I don't have the answer to that. I don't have the answer to a lot of things. And I don't think we have answers to a lot of things. Yeah. These are our thoughts.
Right.
And for me, I think that if you do have Colin Kaepernick join a club, it will minimize it, because now you see that players see that, okay, at least somebody gave him an opportunity. So
what about all the other people that they claim that they're trying to preach for?
But that's the thing.
That still don't have jobs and aren't treated equally.
That's what we got to get back to, because
we're not getting there though, because Greg, what you're talking about is trickle-down social justice. If we treat this $43 million millionaire black well, somehow this is going to trickle down to the poor people and they're going to get treated better. That's just not the case. I want to correct one thing, though, because, again, people love to say America doesn't address this issue. That's just not true. And so I just want to be factually correct in terms America, better than any country on the planet, does address these issues. We had a civil war where people gave their lives. We've had civil rights movements where people gave their lives, black and white, for us to have the right to vote, for us to have these jobs that we have, for you to go to Western Michigan, me to go to Ball State. So America does address these issues. We can't just throw out a catch-all phrase of racial injustice with no definition, because, again, Martin Luther King and these guys, they were like, no, we want the right to vote. We want the right to go to school. We want the right to shop and live wherever we want. They didn't say, we just want racial justice. They had something specific. And when given something specific and you make a moral case and find common ground with people that don't look like you or think like you, then there can be change. But as long as it's just a slogan on a T-shirt and racial injustice, there's no place for people to engage or find common ground.
Okay, I'm not saying that America doesn't address it, but I'm gonna be real raw and honest right now. You two, Christine, Colin, if you walk out of here and go into any grocery store or any department store, you will be looked at completely different than whether you believe it or not.
No, you and I because we would be looked at differently.
Okay. And that's
control
just
the people's.
You're right. But that's what it comes down to.
No.
When you look at equality,
we got to move to the next topic.
But is that knee at a football game about walking into a grocery store?
Yeah.
Like that to me is that is like I said before, that's a simmering, discussing issue. Is it a solvable issue?
Not at all. I can't control the. Look, my father owned the business in the black neighborhood. 1,000% is my favorite place on earth, Masterpiece Lounge. You couldn't control when a white person walked in there. You couldn't control how people reacted or felt, and so it's not
right.
solvable.
You can't control it, but just because now I want to talk about it, you want to dismiss it?
It has gotten. I do think it has gotten bigger than just Colin Kaepernick, and you're starting to see more progression in that way. But if Kaepernick comes back, I agree with you. I think it's going to become more about Kaepernick.
It's always been about Kaepernick.